Sure.
Does anybody else have Kentucky?
As a winner, few. Probably at least 4 or 5. As a winner, yeah. Yeah, so you're not alone on that party. I'm coming. I know they're trying like where's Jason? Where's Jason? Am I tossing to Parker in this monitor?
Yes.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Can I get my, thank you, sir, appreciate it.
Coverage you can count on. You're watching WTVM News Leader 9. Sponsored by Montlick & Associates, Columbus Injury Attorneys.
A high-speed chase involving 3 motorcycles going over 100 miles per hour. Details on how the chase ends straight ahead.
And a man breaks into a Columbus home, traumatizing 2 teenage girls still inside. Reaction from shocked neighbors and family members ahead.
And so there still are not enough votes to pass this particular bill.
The battle over the GOP healthcare bill goes on another day. Details on why the delay is putting efforts to repeal and replace Obamacare in jeopardy.
And you are looking at a very smoky Fountain City out there. We'll talk a little bit more about why the smoke is in place and what the weather looks like here as we end the week and get ready for the weekend.
And good Thursday evening. Thanks so much for joining us for News Leader 9 at 5. Our top story, witnesses say it was like something out of a movie, but happened in Columbus. Georgia State Patrol chasing 3 motorcycles with speeds reaching over 100 miles per hour before coming to a crashing end. News Leader 9's Parker Breton is live on Double Churches Road where this all unfolded. And Parker, you spoke with an eyewitness. Tell us more about what you've learned about what happened there.
Jason, it happened right about 9 o'clock last night. State Trooper Charles Holloway tells me that he was running radar on I-185 when he noticed a group of 3 motorcycles going over 100 miles per hour. He says the chase lasted several minutes until one of the motorcycles crashed into a vehicle here on Double Churches Road.
Man, they come by my neighborhood so fast.
Really?
Georgia State Patrol dead on his ass.
Yeah, he said that.
This was the aftermath of the high-speed chase involving 3 motorcycles in Georgia State Patrol, caught on video by an eyewitness. State Trooper Charles Holloway tells me over the phone this was one of the fastest he's seen.
Checked the vehicle speed at 140. As I attempted to initiate a traffic stop, the drivers of the motorcycles accelerated and initiated a pursuit.
Randy Welch, who witnessed the crash, got out of his car and took video after the pursuit.
I was on Moon Road and I seen the motorcycles go by and the state trooper chasing them. They're doing a little over 100 probably.
Trooper Holloway says 24-year-old Christopher McVeigh smashed his motorcycle into the back of an SUV. He found McVeigh lying on the ground with several broken bones.
SUV was flipped over, motorcycle laying in the road. It threw the boy probably 30 feet in front of it. It looked bad.
The other 2 motorcycles sped off. Trooper Holloway says he probably won't find out who the others were involved in the chase.
There is no way that I could prove without 100%, with 100% certainty who those 2 motorcycles were.
I spoke with the mother of Christopher McVeigh earlier today. At the time, she told me he was in surgery and that she's glad he's still alive. Meanwhile, State Trooper Holloway tells me that there won't be any warrants out for his arrest until he's released from the hospital. We're live in Columbus. Parker Branton, WTVM News Leader 9.
All right, thank you, Parker, for that live update. And for the full eyewitness video, you can visit our website, WTVM.com. Watch it there under this story or download our free WTVM mobile news app. In other news tonight, police say a suspect accused of being involved in the first shooting and homicide of 2017 in Columbus has been arrested now. The Muskogee County Jail confirms William Washington was arrested yesterday for aggravated assault and simple battery. He's currently at the jail with no bond. Dominique Horton was killed after being shot at a home in the 300 block of 32nd Avenue in January. Police say the suspect fled there, and Washington will be in Recorder's Court tomorrow at 9 a.m. As we said, this was the first homicide of the year in Columbus, the second happening on January 16th. Destiny Nelson died after being shot multiple times at Bull Creek Apartments. And on February 10th, Eric Parker died after being shot on the 4800 block of Connor Road, as we continue to keep you updated on these cases as well. Happening now, you may have seen some of the smoke in our area today, heavy in some places in the Columbus area. Fort Benning officials say they have several wildfires burning as part of military training activities. This comes from the U.S. Garrison Fort Benning Facebook page. You can see some of the video here showing smoke in the Macon Road area in Midtown Columbus near Interstate 185. They say the wildfires are contained, but some areas may continue to see smoke into the night. And turning now to our weather, a breezy day for many across the valley, impacting some of that smoke coming into our area as we look live now from our Alpha Insurance Skycam on top of St. Francis Hospital in Columbus. Let's check in now with Storm Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Derek Kincaid. And Derek, the wind's definitely not helping with that smoke.
No, that's one of the big issues that we've seen out there today, Jason. The winds blowing out of the east and southeast, fairly gusty today, anywhere between about 10 and 20 miles per hour. So that's blowing some of that smoke right into Columbus. Other places where we do have some fires in progress, we're seeing those lower visibilities showing up. In fact, here's that map. You see these shades of white showing up from Auburn, Opelika, back down to Fort Benning and Columbus, some spots that we know as of right now getting some of that heavy smoke that's in place. Now, as we check our temperatures, note the big difference going on. We have the 60s, even some 50s. The further east that you travel, the further west that you go, you run into some very warm weather. Montgomery 77 and 84 over in Meridian, Mississippi. So the clouds in place here keeping the temperatures down. Off to the west, plenty of sun helping to warm those temperatures up. Over on the WTVM weather app, you can check out a video we've got posted right there at the top of the app talking about the smoke tonight. And coming up in a bit, we'll look ahead to that Friday and weekend forecast. Jason.
All right, thanks very much, Derek. A scary situation for two local teenage girls in Columbus today. Right now, police are looking for a man behind a crime that happened in broad daylight, a break-in while those girls were inside the home. News Leader 9's Jose Zozaya joins us live from Primrose Road near the scene of that break-in. Jose, you were able to talk to family and neighbors there. Scary moments for them, I can imagine.
That's right, Jason. Dozens of relatives and neighbors just say they're in shock and they couldn't believe that someone would try to attempt this kind of crime in broad daylight, as you said, and terrorize those two girls inside a home you see right behind me on Primrose Road. Columbus police responded to the calls late this morning, close to around noon. They heard the two girls pleading for help as the suspect broke in using a brick to smash the side windows of the house. The girl who lives there had a friend over, according to family members, and both are students on spring break, and plenty of relatives like this mom I spoke to, the mom whose daughter was there in the house, dropped everything to rush over to the scene.
I got a phone call at work, "Mama, please come home, somebody in the house." She was crying. First thing I did was ran out the door. When I got here, my window was busted, and all I could think of is they got my baby.
Now, the girls were not harmed. They barricaded themselves inside a room and hid under a bed. People living in the area gave Columbus police tips about a possible suspect running from the scene, but no success yet in finding the possible home invader. And Jason, right now, investigators tell me they're looking at DNA evidence, left behind. The suspect cut himself while trying to make his way through the window, leaving a trail of blood that investigators will now use to determine who this man might be.
We're glad the girls are okay. And Jose, neighbors also told you, right, that they feel there's more to this home invasion?
They do, Jason, based on what family and neighbors were telling me while this was all happening. They saw a black luxury car actually parked on the street earlier this week. They believe this is the suspect's car, and this is the key they think that will help police find the man responsible for this attempt and scaring those two girls inside their home. Reporting in Columbus, Jose Zozaya for News Leader 9. Back to you.
We'll keep everybody updated. All right, thank you, Jose. And new at 5 tonight. An Alabama woman will spend 40 years in prison for stealing more than $100,000 from Troop Bell and the Troop County Board of Education. Annie Gray was found guilty also on 13 counts, including identity fraud and theft by deception, among other charges. Gray will spend half of the 40-year sentence in a state penitentiary. Right now, she's in the Troop County jail. Well, good news tonight about a missing Columbus man who has a serious medical condition. Just about an hour ago, News Leader 9 learned he has now been found. We sent you that update as a breaking news alert on the WTVM mobile news app. Marion Maddox was found in Phoenix City, according to Columbus police. He had last been seen leaving St. Francis Hospital shortly after midnight and was thought to be in a Ford Econoline like the one you see here. Police say he's receiving the medical care he needs. A happy ending there. In a dramatic turn of events, Congress will no longer hold a vote as expected on a Republican health care bill, but will tomorrow morning. This not stopping President Donald Trump from pushing for people to continue fighting for this bill.
Call your local representative, call your senator, let them know that you're behind our plan.
The president and GOP lawmakers have been working hard to get enough support to pass this health care bill, which would repeal and replace Obamacare. Just today, several Republicans continuing to say they would not vote yes yet for the bill.
We're certainly trying to get to yes, but indeed we've made very reasonable requests, and we're hopeful that those reasonable requests will be listened to and ultimately agreed to.
Representatives have been having whole closed-door meetings to try to get enough votes in favor of this bill. And so what does the health care bill actually do? Republicans made some changes to the bill a few days ago in hopes of getting it passed. One of those changes is to Medicaid. One addition gives states the option of requiring Medicaid recipients to work if they're able to and participate in job training programs or do community service. Also, states could opt to receive Medicaid funding as a block grant for the adults and kids in their programs. Alabama Governor Robert Bentley has sent a letter to President Trump thanking his administration for this health care bill. Part of the letter reads, Secretary Price on Monday in a meeting with me and other Alabama officials assured us that Alabama, a state that stood strong and chose not to expand Medicaid, will be given much needed flexibility to adjust proposed changes by the American Health Care Act. You can read that full letter on WTVM.com from Alabama's governor under the local tab. Our coverage of the latest development on the health care vote continues on WTVM.com as well. Just hover over the Home tab, click on the first 100 days section of our website. One of the things you'll find there is some of the President Trump tweets on the issue. World News Tonight after News Leader 9 at 6 will also have complete coverage of this health care bill. It's being called an attack on the world. Why a British official called the attack on London this just as the suspect is being named. Plus, Alabamians now have a new way to get to their destinations where the ride-sharing service Lyft has been added as of today.
And your forecast here over the next few days calling for some warmer weather. Right now 67 degrees, but a nice breeze, and we have that smoke still in place as well. We'll talk more about what to expect as we end the week and get you ready for the weekend.
From your Storm Team 9 Alert Center, WTVM Chief Meteorologist Derek Kincaid.
We have some quick changes coming up in our forecast here over the next few days. The weather does start to warm back up. Of course, today we drop back to the upper 60s and low 70s, so a brief cool down. We'll be back in the mid to upper 70s as we head into Friday and the weekend. But storms making a return to the forecast. And we've been talking about this now for more than a week. Always the first to alert you here about that severe potential. And as we look ahead to Saturday, the worst of the weather is going to be west of here, parts of Mississippi and areas in Alabama west of I-65. As those storms move our way, they still could be on the stronger side of things late Saturday into Sunday. And there is that lower risk for a few strong to severe storms. At the moment, I would think maybe some gustier winds with a few of those storms as they get through here late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. We are not anticipating big problems as we get you set for the weekend, however. Next week, we warm things back up. In fact, a really warm stretch of weather. 80s back in here Wednesday to next Saturday. So if you haven't had that bout of spring fever yet, you probably will next week. Tonight, though, things are a little cooler than it's been lately. 67 out at the Columbus Airport, Lynette 68, and Auburn at 66. Now, the further east that you go, the weather a bit cooler. You will notice, though, some 70s showing up on the western fringes of our coverage area. 72 in Alexander City and 72 in the city of Tuskegee. That's because we have more sun showing up west of here. The clouds, though, hanging around for the Chattahoochee Valley. No rain to worry about tonight, but could be a mostly cloudy night ahead for us. Our futurecast will confirm that. You see the clouds hanging tough tonight, and really through the day tomorrow, we can't rule out some clouds and sun at times. Maybe some more sun the further south that you go on Friday, but overall a partly cloudy to partly sunny kind of day. We'll keep things dry Friday, and then as we go Friday night into early Saturday morning, you can watch the changes start to take place here. Clouds increasing again, and then here comes that band of storms that we'll be watching moving into Mississippi and Alabama by Saturday morning. We'll freeze things for you here around noon Saturday, and then by about 5 o'clock, notice the valley's been dry this whole time. The rain holding off west of here by Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. So this is going to be a later during the day kind of thing for us. If you have Saturday plans, don't cancel them, especially things during the day. I think the weather looks good for those. The storms will come in much, much later on Saturday. As far as how much rain we might see from 5 p.m. Saturday all the way to Sunday afternoon, we're looking at rainfall totals in some cases approaching an inch. So with some of those stronger storms, we may see some heavier rainfall amounts, but it will not be a washout by any stretch this weekend. Lows for tonight down in the 50s. Skies staying mostly cloudy tonight. 54 down in Clayton. Columbus will go at 53, 52 in Hogansville. More 50s down to our south as we keep the skies mostly cloudy and things a bit smoky as well. Then for tomorrow, as we look ahead, the highs back in the mid-70s, a warmer day and still on the breezy side. A quick check of our extended forecast finds that alert day for you Saturday. Again, that's a nighttime chance for some stormy weather, and then more rain chances back next week into Monday and Tuesday as well, Jason. And
so Friday will be fairly clear. It'll be nice.
Yeah, a good day tomorrow. I don't think we'll have any rain to worry about, that's for sure, and it will be warmer than today.
All right, thanks very much, Derek.
All right.
Well, police have identified the suspect in a deadly terror attack that happened in London this week. He's been identified as 52-year-old British national Khalid Massoud. British Prime Minister Theresa May says Massoud was once linked to violent extremism. Police say there was no evidence Massoud had been planning to mount, though, this terrorist attack. He was shot dead at the scene by responding officers. An American citizen was among 3 also killed in this attack in London. The British Foreign Secretary addressing the UN today on this attack.
You may know that today there are victims in London from 11 nations, which goes to show that an attack on London is an attack on the world.
The victim from America is from Utah. 8 people have been arrested in connection to this plot. An ISIS-affiliated news agency claimed the terror group was behind what happened. President Trump taking to Twitter to offer his support to those affected by the attack. Trump tweeting, quote, "A great American, Kurt Cochran, was killed in the London terror attack. My prayers and condolences are with his family and friends." The Republican leader of the House Intelligence Committee setting off a new political controversy today. Representative Devin Nunes stunned Washington when he went to the White House. He warned President Trump communication involving members of his transition team may have been picked up through normal incidental surveillance. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi saying today she's not sure what Nunes was trying to do by making these statements.
He was part of the Trump transition. All of this relates to Trump transition by and large. I think it's very clear. He himself, I don't know if that was a cry for help or let me out of here or whatever that was, but it was highly unusual.
President Trump slamming all the news on Russia, tweeting, calling reports on the story, quote, fake news.
The answer isn't to change the rules. It's to change the nominee.
A warning from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer today. He's making it clear that Democrats will filibuster the Supreme Court nomination of Neil Gorsuch. Gorsuch is in his 4th day of hearings before a committee. Schumer gave this threat, saying Republicans should not think about using the nuclear option to approve the nomination of this Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. 60 votes are needed, but the Republicans only have 52 members in the chamber. Taking you into space, a new attraction allowing you to do just that. We'll tell you about a new attraction set to open at the Coca-Cola Space Science Center coming up. Lyft is hitting the roads in Alabama today. The service now available to those wanting a new way to get around. Lyft is a service similar to Uber where you use the app to request a ride. A driver will pick you up and get you to your destination. Lyft is already available in Columbus and will now be available as of today in 4 Alabama cities, including Auburn. New passengers can use a special code to get $5 off their first Lyft trip. All they have to do is submit Lyft Love, that's L-Y-F-T Love 17 on the ride sharing app. We have this information also on WTVM.com. The Alabama State Department of Labor saying tonight thousands of people's personal information is at risk. The department says its web-based system used to help people find employment called JobLink was hacked. If you use the website, officials say hackers could have your name, birth date, and your social security number. The department says they're still trying to figure out how many people may have been impacted. Columbus State University's Coca-Cola Space Science Center is taking you into a new space adventure with a new attraction. The adventure is called a Space Shuttle Odyssey. It will open this Saturday. It's a 27-seat theater, which includes 10 high-definition displays from the front and above. Participants will take a 50-minute journey into space in seats which will literally shake. It'll cost you $5 to enter, and those 3 and under get in for free. The annual Uptown Spring Food Truck Festival is back and bigger than ever. Also this coming Saturday, the 4th annual festival will take place from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m., taking place in Woodruff Park in Columbus. Here's some video from a previous event. The festival will include 25 gourmet food trucks, a craft beer garden, and some live music. People can get into the event for just $5 per person. Kids 12 and under get in for free. Only cash is accepted to get into this food truck festival. The food trucks will also take credit cards. Well, you may have used the ride-sharing service Uber, but probably not like this. It was piglet playtime for many Houston area offices this week. Uber partnered with a farm to deliver adorable pet piglet playtime straight to people's doors. For just 25 bucks, the pigs were brought to offices for 50 minutes of playtime. An orange car popped up at the bottom of the Uber app in the Houston area. People just had to tap on it, and an adorable piglet would be on its way for playtime for 50 minutes. A nice little break for work. That is pretty cool there. That does it for the news at 5. We're back with more late-breaking headlines in just a few minutes. Chandler Morgan's back with the news at 5:30 next, where we'll talk about the 53rd annual Alpha Psi Rodeo kicking off Saturday in Auburn. I'll tell you what changes you should expect to this year's event if you're planning on going.
Hey there, Tim. Mic check. Do I have a what? Oh, having fun. Oh yeah, oodles. Oodles. Yes, I can. Ooh, that's different. Hard to believe, right?